Okay, so this is our lab on geometry. We are using this applet, this whiteboard that I've not really prepared. It's GeoGebra software, freely available. You should try it out. Um, it's it's well worth a lot of exploration. But we are going to be doing. I'm just going to be showing you how to use the whiteboard and the tools, some of the tools, not all of them, and then basically I've got this quiz for you all to do, which you all will be doing similar things a little more in depth, and then some conclusions based on geometry uh, later on in the quiz. Yeah, so it'll be quite a long quiz. Just letting you know, longer than the usual. Last one we had was 15 questions, very easy. I would have probably solved it in 20-25 minutes. This is probably going to take you an hour and 15 minutes or so, yeah, to do. So just keep that in mind while you are ready to. So here at the top uh, is this toolbar, yeah. So I'm going to click on them and tell you what we get, yeah, from there. So if I click on this, there are three items that are there. You can move objects, you can rotate an object about a point, and you can put it onto a spreadsheet if you want. We are not going to be doing, we're going to be using only the first one there. Then the second item, if you click the arrow there, you'll see that there's a new point, a point on an object, attach or detach points from objects, find the intersection of two objects, find the midpoint or center, and then complex numbers. Now we've done a little bit of complex numbers, but we won't be dealing with this. We'll be dealing basically with intersection of two objects on this menu item. Then if you look at the third one, click there. There's a line using through 2 points, segment between 2 points, segment with a length, etc., etc. Many things there. We'll be using only the first one there today, line through 2 points. Yeah? So I might as well click and keep those items ready that we're going to use. The fourth one is special cases of lines. Yeah. So I've got a line, I got a point, and you want the line through that point that is perpendicular to the given line. There you go. You want a line through that point that's parallel to a given line. There you go. You want you got a line segment. You want its perpendicular bisector. There you go. You got an angle. You want its angle bisector, etc., etc. Again, we are going to be using only. We are not going to be using this one, right? Perpendicular line. Yeah, we're not going to be using any of these. Then if you go to the fifth one, this is for drawing polygons. Yeah. So drawing a polygon, drawing a regular polygon, drawing a rigid polygon. What that means is I draw a rigid polygon, then as I move one vertex, all the others will move appropriately, yeah, to keep the polygon the same size. Whereas if I draw a polygon and I move one of the vertices, the others remain fixed. Yeah, so that's the difference between the first and the third. And then with vectors, you all haven't done that, but with vectors you can draw a polygon. Again, we're going to be using only the first one. Then we have a whole set of menu items dealing with circles, and other set of menu items dealing with what's known as conic sections. We are not going to be doing with either of these. Then we have an angle. So if you've got 3 points, you can draw an angle. If you want an angle of a given size, you can draw that, and then various things associated with areas and all that. Then you want reflections. So reflect one object about a point, one object about an line, etc., etc. We are not going to be using that. We will be using this one, the angle defined by 3 points. And then the last three we're not going to be doing, so I'm not going to tell you about that right now. You can go to GeoGebra, download the software, and play around with it. Yeah, it's very, very user friendly, very easy to do. Yeah. So here we're starting lines. So let's start with drawing lines. Yeah, so I have a line through 2 points. So let me click on that. That's the third menu item. If it's not already selected, I can click the red down button, and it's the first item there then. Yeah? So I click, it founds the point A there. I move my mouse, and you can see as I'm moving my mouse, I have a line that's formed, that's following the mouse basically. Yeah? And if I click again, it locates the point B. So I've got the line AB. All right. Now, let's say I move. I want to move. Let's say move it. I click the first item and I want to move it. I didn't like the orientation. Yeah, I want it to be a different orientation. So I can change it there. I can change it like that. Yeah. So whatever. Yeah, I can. Let's keep it where it was. So I need another line. Let's say. So again, I click on the item there for line through 2 points. Click once, I get the point C right away. Move the mouse, click, I get the point D. Yeah, so I got 2 lines here. Let's say I want another line, so I click here, I get the point E, and I click another one, I get the point F. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, drawing various lines. Yeah, click, move the mouse, click again. Yeah, that sort of a thing. Not click and hold, it's a click and release. Yeah, click release, you locate a point, move the mouse, click and release. Yeah, that sort of a thing. Okay, so I had the first line AB and the second line CD. Let's mark the point of intersection there. So I go to the second menu item here, intersect 2 objects. I click that. So if I hover over AB, you can see it will become darker. Yeah, so I can click on that. So I've selected AB. Move my mouse, hover over CD, it becomes darker. I click that and automatically it locates the point G, which is the intersection of AB and CD. Now let's say I want AB and EF. So again I hover over AB, becomes darker. I click, then I hover over EF, becomes darker. I click and it's located the point H there, which is the intersection of the two. Again, I want to mark the point, the intersection of CD and EF. So I hover over CD, it becomes darker. I click, hover over EF, it becomes darker. I click, it locates the point I. So now I've got the points G, H, and I also, and that triangle associated with it. Now it is possible. Again, I can click here first and move things around. So I can move the point F. Yeah, I can move it as I wish. Yeah, so there's no reason why I can't do any modifications here. Okay, now let's say let me move something else. Yeah, let's say this is the way it was. Yeah, you can see the point H and G, points H and G, their labels are kind of obscured by the line or the point, and I want to move them. Yeah, even the point A. So I can click on the label itself, click on G, and I can move it. So I know which is the point. Click on A, not on the point A, on the label A, and I can move it. Click on the label H, and I can move it. Okay, so that's that. So now this is what I want you all to do for right now. We'll be doing more. Yeah. So I want you to do this. Yeah. So draw the 3 lines AB, CD, and EF, yeah, intersecting at 3 different points, and then find the point of intersection of each pair of lines. And let me know when you're done. Okay. Okay. So this is where we've constructed. Now we want to measure the angles. Yeah. Also. So that's a part of the assignment that you're having. So first of all, let's ask you all. Yeah. The lines as I have drawn it. Okay. Not as you have drawn it. You may have drawn it a little different. But what's on my screen? AB and EF. Yeah. AB and EF. Yeah. Which is the acute angle? Yeah, name on the chat box. Name the acute angle at which they intersect. Yeah, using their points. Yeah? AB and EF. Maybe I'll make it a little easier. Yeah. Is the angle AHF acute, or is AHE acute? AHF or AHE? Just enter in the regular chat. I cannot keep switching, otherwise the recording will go haywire. Regular chat. Okay, AHF is what you'll say. Okay. Now considering the angle AHF, yeah, I want to go counterclockwise from one arm to the other, measuring that acute angle. Okay. So do I have to rotate AH and bring it to where FH is, or do I have to rotate FH and bring it to where AH is? Yeah? So which one? AH to FH or FH to AH? Which direction is counterclockwise? Yes, people. Which way do I have to rotate? Do I have to rotate AH to FH counterclockwise, or do I have to rotate FH to AH counterclockwise to get that acute angle? Hello? Are you all able to hear me? Kirti says FH to AH. Do you all agree or disagree? Okay, this is quite embarrassing for you all not to be able to know a direction. Okay, we have to move on. Yeah, for something like that. This is really sad that you're not able to say which one is the counterclockwise direction. But Kirti is right. FH to AH. So I want to measure that. So I click on the angle toolbar. Yeah, and so I have to click it in the order. First, I measure the base angle, which I'm going to base arm that I have to rotate. Yeah, so it's FH rotating to AH. So I mark F, H, and then lastly A. And you can see right away this angle here in green is formed. You may have a different color. That's a different issue. Yeah? It's labeled alpha. I'll move the label so that you can see it. And the measure is 71.55 degrees. Yeah? I can move my points, and I can see that whenever I'm moving one of these 4 points A, B, D, E, F, the angle alpha is changing. Okay, so it's measuring the angle alpha. So I can similarly measure any of the angles by going counterclockwise. Yeah, if I went the other way, yeah, if I decided that it's AH to FH, then I need to mark A first, then H, and then F, and you can see what it marks here is the reflex angle. I don't want the reflex angle. Yeah, I want the acute angle, not the reflex angle, not an obtuse angle. Okay, so if you get an angle whose measure is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, you know it's obtuse and you know you've got the wrong angle. If you got an angle that is greater than 180 degrees, less than 360 degrees, then right away you know that you've got the reflex angle, which means you did not go counterclockwise, but you went clockwise. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Delete this angle. Okay, so it's gone. So now I want another thing that we need to do is to define the polygons here, triangles mainly. So I want to define the polygon, the triangle GHI. So I click on the Polygon toolbar, and I have to decide. I can go either order, but here let's say I go GHI. G I click, H I click, I click, and I need to close the polygon. Yeah, so I have to get back to back to G. Sorry. Okay, so you can see now it's shaded in whatever pinkish color there is, and that's my triangle. Okay, so that's the way to define a triangle. You start with one point, go to the other two, and come back to the first point, and you've got it. All right. Now another thing that I need you all to do in the assignment is to change the colors here. Yeah, and that's just because I need to be able to see what you all have done. Yeah. So because otherwise it's going to give every single triangle will be colored the same, and then I won't know if there is overlapping and all that. I will not know what you all have done. So I need to be able to grade what you all are doing, and so what you need to do is go into the somewhere in the middle of the triangle, right click. You'll get this toolbar, show object, show label, trace on, etc., etc. I click on object properties. Okay, this pop-up comes up. Okay, whatever it is, doesn't matter, all of these. Click on the tab which says color. Okay, and you got a grid of colors here. You can choose colors. Just keep in mind that in the end I want you to be coloring 10 items. Okay, which means you need to be coloring you need to be making sure that the colors are reasonably distinct. Yeah, if you just mark this black and then slightly very dark gray, I will not know. Yeah, so make sure that there's enough variety here for you to be able to choose enough contrasting colors. Okay, so let's see what happens. I will choose, let's say, a bluish one here. Yeah, so you can see right away that this block has changed. If you want, you can make the one triangle a little more opaque. You can change the opacity. Yeah, you can see as you drag it, the inside becomes darker. Yeah, you drag it to the left, the insides become lighter. Okay, and then once you're done selecting the color for that object, you click the X here, and you can see right away that that is set. Okay, now I'm going to have you, these are all simple little things. Yeah, doesn't require much thought, but there are a few questions right at the end of the assignment that carry more weightage, that you'll need to be able to, it's conclusions based on what you did. Yeah, not just what you did. Yeah, I mean, if I say, okay, what's the measure of angle alpha, you can just, all you have to do is read and say, okay, it's 70.2. Yeah, and if I say move B to somewhere else, and you move B down here, and I say, okay, what's the measure of alpha, that's very easy for you all to do. That is not what you'll be testing on. Yeah, you're going to be tested on at the end of the assignment on conclusions based on what you have done. Yeah, so there is algebraic and there is geometric conclusions, and you'll need to provide reasoning for it. So you'll need to be taking images of what you'll have done, the work that you have done. You need to be taking making sure that you create a document and export it as a PDF. You need to write your reasoning out in that document before you export it, and once it's exported, that's what you need to upload as your assignment. It's not a quiz where you click multiple choice or enter a number and things like this. This is a written or typed out assignment. Is that clear? Okay, and because it requires significantly more effort, yeah, normally your quizzes carry 10 marks. Yeah, this one is going to carry 50 marks. It is that important that you are able to, not this portion of that I explained. It's the conclusions that you're coming about. And also, since you're writing stuff, I need to know that you'll have actually, you'll are in a sense rewarded for what you'll have done. Is that fine? Okay, so uploading of files is there, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let's. I want you all to replicate this. You all have done the initial thing. I want you to get the angles. Yeah, I want you to get the angles. So angle AHF. Do that. Do the acute angle at the other two intersections also, G and I, and enter your values on the chat. Okay, so measure the angles, the acute angles at G and the acute angles at H and I, and enter them in the chat.